rich! I did it! Yes! Oh, we actually beat him! We get 100,000 experience! Whew, I can't believe I actually won that. I didn't think I was gonna win that time. Oh, yes! That was awesome! Whew. That worked out really good. And we get the trader card, which is a fantastic item and one I really wanted. This item lets you get better drops from enemies, really rare drops from enemies. And it will come in handy soon when I go get speed shoes. And I really wanted the trader card, so I'm really glad I got this. Holy crap. I can't believe I beat him that time. I thought I lost for sure. So, hell yeah! We did it! Now it's time to feel sad because this is Hammer and... no, I'm kinda sad. But that's my bro. Far too strong. Even for me. Just when I thought I finally got powerful enough to beat you too. Hammer. Champ. Promise me you'll go back to Nortune one day. You are the next in line to be the Kaiser. You knew? Don't underestimate the power of my information network. But it's no use now. For a bit player like me, this is probably the end I deserve. And there he goes. Hammer. Man, it really sucks, honestly, because he shows up really early in the first disc. I mean, not super early, but rather early in the first disc. And like, he was such a good guy back then. He helped us through so much. And like, to see him become something like that is really heartbreaking. And it's fucked up. Like, when I first got to that was probably the biggest twist of the game. Like, that moment was probably the biggest twist in the entire game for me. Just because I thought Hammer was a decent guy even after the whole thing with Disc 1. I felt like he had his reasons and stuff, but I didn't think he would go that far. So, I don't know, it's just... It was a hard thing for me to take. It's by far one of my favorite bosses in the game, along with the elements. So, I will say, like, at an emotional level, this is my favorite boss. But at a fucking awesome badass level, the elements are my favorite boss. So, they're both up there. Hammer's smile. Was that the look of joy from attaining power? Or was it the look of relief from the pain that was brought upon him by his mutation? Ultimately, we had no other choice but to defeat our friend, Hammer, for the sake of our own survival. Was there any other way around it? I've never felt that fighting was so futile, until now. Ellie cried continuously. She hated herself for not having the power to be able to do anything to help him. When I saw her like that, I couldn't help thinking I could no longer allow her to fight like this. We returned to Ignis, feeling that this had become much more than we could bear. Yeah, and you can see just from that, everyone felt the same. Like, they all felt like Hammer was their friend. Even Ellie, who lost her fucking mom because of Hammer, was crying over him. Because deep down, you know, she at least everyone else, felt like Hammer was still their friend. But, like, I don't know. But here's the inevitable moment between Ramsus and Cain that they've been drawing onto. If you didn't exist, that's why I must get rid of you. Only then will I be able to defeat him. What do you think you're doing, Ramsus? So Ramsus does this really fucking badass thing. This is like the one cool thing he ever does in the game. That's absurd! Do you think you can neutralize my power? Of course he can. He was made to be able to do so. Krelian, surely you're not on their side now. Oh, really now? I don't care about a group of old geezers who are so obsessed with clinging on to their dear little lives that they had to resort to turning themselves into data on the SOL 9,000, over 9,000? 9,000 in order to survive. I'm sorry about that. That's not why. Your existence obstructs me from reaching my goal. That's all. Haven't you been working for humanity's future, for humans to live longer? That is why I assisted you. Yes, that's right. I try to lead the people in my own way. That hasn't changed in the least. Krelian, what's gotten into you? I can never think of a voice that matches his face. Fucking Kane's face is ridiculous. Kill him, Ramsus. Ugh! And Ramsus is gonna fucking murder Kane. I didn't really feel anything too much from that little thing though, because it's the same problem I have with Krelian, where we didn't really get to see Kane all that much in the game. So it wasn't really impacting, or like, you know, it wasn't a big, huge thing to me. I mean, Ramsus got his time to shine, and he really wanted this power, so he had to defeat Kane to get it. But, like, I didn't feel anything from it, because I didn't really get to know Kane all that much. Kane has just always been this figurehead for Solaris, and that's it. Like, I didn't really get to know him all that much. He's just been this dude that's been giving, sight and orders and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So, it is a big event, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it. So Kane is dead. Yes. The final fate for one bound with everlasting flesh. If only he just accepted our logical ideals, too. A fitting end for someone who had become dominated by needless flesh. Excellent work, Krelian. Yeah, Krelian doesn't give two shits about these guys also. Now there's nothing that can stand in the way of us accomplishing our objective. The anima relics have been awakened and have aligned with their respective animus. Bleh, I really can't talk. Dan, Joseph, Gad have each been aligned with the surface dweller as their animus. Huga's Asher, Ramsus's Zebulon. Zebulon? Yeah. Krelian's Judah. Sophia's Dinah. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Issachar. Issachar? These are names I don't really know. Were already aligned 500 years ago. And finally, Grof's Naphtali. All of the anima relics have now been activated, so each person has their respective anima relic. The identity of the persona mask of the mother has also become clear. The time has come. Now is the time to open the door to God's domain, to attain the fleshly body and the wisdom of God. The time of the true awakening, to carry us to the new horizon. Yes, the time of the gospel has come. Now, humans, extol the awakening of God. And here's a key. So, you know that hole that's been at the bottom of their thing this entire time? They're now finally going to put the key into it. I think it's the key of Gaitia? Yes. So, turning this key will reveal some fucked up shit. Suddenly the howling erupted. Even the people who had not mutated were being turned into wells. They howled out like war cries, as if to call out to something. That was because Ramsus had been manipulated into assassinating the Emperor. Now with nothing else holding them back, the Ministry had put into use the Gatia key. The effect of people was to alter those people who had... the effect of which was to alter those people who had been destined by God. Those people destined by God, regardless of whether they were surface dwellers or Solarians, began to change shape, one after the other. The Howling was the people who had filled the earth, calling out to God. Once humans have filled the earth, God will awaken from his long sleep, and the awakening of Mahanon, the paradise in the sky, will soon follow. The true meaning of what the Ministry had spoken, the true nature of that legend, was at last beginning to be realized. This is what they meant when they said once humans have filled the earth. Eventually Mahanon, the resting place of God, woke from its long slumber began to rise, almost as if responding to the call of the people. It appeared before us in all its majestic glory. I feel like majestic is spelled wrong. Isn't that not how you spell majestic? Isn't it J? Okay. And rising from the sea is Mahanon. Solaris, Gazelle Ministry sent a massive force there to obtain God and his wisdom, but by now, neither the nation of Solaris nor the organization known as Gebler existed anymore. The only thing that was left there was an innumerable accumulation of weapons. Man, that word fucked me up super hard. Almost all of the Solarians had been transfigured into weapons. The Gazelle Ministry now reigned over them as their commanders. There was no way we could allow God or God's wisdom to fall into the hands of the Ministry. We decided to assemble all the forces we could and head toward Mahanon. It was a perilous battle. There was no guarantee that we would make it back alive. We were to carry out the plan at dawn, hence I had to stiffen my resolve concerning her. Wait a minute, you want me to stay here? No, I'm going with you. No, it's just too dangerous. Why? I've been in many dangerous situations. This isn't the first time. I said no. We can't take you. Please understand. No, I want to go. We've been fighting together all this time. And suddenly you're telling me not to go? I just don't get it. This isn't like any other fight. It's a battle for the wisdom created by God. It's life or death. Whoever controls it becomes the true dominator of the world. It's obvious the Ministry will bring the strongest possible troops. There is no guarantee you'll come back alive. That's exactly why I want to go. You don't have the slightest idea. What don't I understand? If the enemy were only the Ministry or just mechanical weapons, it would be okay. But most of the enemies will be made up of what were once humans. Humans just like you and I. I saw them at those facilities. Gears that were made out of humans. They were the same as Hammer. Could you now destroy them after knowing this? In order to save ourselves, can you truly say that you could kill those who were once your friends? So, do you still want to go now? Well... You can't even kill one person. Your presence would be a burden during the fight. You just get in the way. Man, way to tell her what's what. Jesus. I think you were rather harsh. Everyone just fucking looks at Faye like, wow, dick move. Hey Faye, don't you think you went a little too far there? We cannot blame her. At least we should understand her feelings. I know how Ellie feels. I knew she wouldn't have listened to me if I had just said, you're not coming. Seeing as she has worked together with us for such a long time and all. That's why I had to explain it to her like that. I guess that is one way to do it. The people gathered in Nissan need Ellie. She's gotta realize how much people are depending on her. I can't put her in a dangerous situation. But the way you said it was a little harsh. You didn't have to be so cold. She was crying, you know? But I am sure she realizes that. I agree. Maybe you are the one who doesn't understand. Me? I don't understand? A lady's heart. She wants to go. To be with you, Faye. Until the end. Yeah. If I were you, I'd hold her tight and say, let's go together. Just like that. Really? No, I mean, Young master, don't overdo yourself now. Shut up. Anyhow, why don't you go ask her to come with you? Whether she'll go or not, you should express your feelings in words. If you really care about her, you have to go tell her. Express your feelings, right? I didn't mean... Too late now, everyone knows it. You are not being true to yourself, are you? I agree. Faye, say it, straight out. Go ahead, chase after her. What are you waiting for? You know, the sad realization that Margie gets more lines than fucking Rico? Like, really sad. Now, I could end it here right before we go talk to Ellie, but I kind of want to go talk to her and get the scene that we're about to get. I would like to get that before I end it off. Oh, they actually really want me to go talk to her right now. Well, it's actually really weird where she goes. She actually goes, like, downstairs and into one of the doors right there. I'm just trying to make a decision if I want to do this right now. We're about to see a pretty big scene. I think I might stop here, actually. We can start off with that. Yeah, it'll be kind of a cliffhanger. What will Faye say to Ellie? Will they kiss or something? I don't know. They're in love though, I promise. So I think I will end it off here actually. So that's about it for this time. We've done quite a few things actually. We defeated Hammer, unfortunately. We defeated the elements. We've got the Anima relics and got Omni Gears for both Billy and Rico. Too bad about Rico. Sorry, you're still in the closet. He'll get over it. So that's about it for this time. Next time we will be going downstairs to see Ellie. Possibly talking to her. Possibly. We'll be going downstairs to see Ellie. Maybe having some kind of romantic moment together. And then we'll be heading to Mahanon. So until then, yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.